Welcome everyone. My name is Matt Turner, National Account Manager here at Dolby, and today I'm going to be walking you through a demonstration of the Fusion Narrate speech recognition solution. And with that, I'm going to be showing the Doc Assist Computer Assisted Physician Documentation piece, or Doc Assist CAPD. So let's go ahead and get right into it. And again, thanks for joining us. All right. So here we have the Fusion Narrate speech recognition application. I can move this icon anywhere I want it to be on the screen so it's not blocking anything. Right now, for the purposes of this demonstration, I'm using Microsoft Word, but typically something like Fusion Narrate is going to be used by the providers when they're dictated into their EMR. So again, you want to be able to move that icon anywhere on the screen so it's not blocking something important to that provider in the EMR. And what it does is wherever I move it, it's going to remember where I left it the last time I logged out, so they don't have to move that every time they log in. It doesn't sound like much, but you'd be surprised how annoyed some of those providers can get if they have to do those redundant, silly things. So the fact that they don't have to move that is a great start. So the benefit of the Fusion Narrate speech recognition, it's a cloud-hosted speech recognition, very, very light or small footprint on the local PC, cloud-based, makes it very easy for the physicians. But wherever they put that cursor, that's where the application is going to input that text. So again, whether it's here in Word, whether it's inside an identified text box within the EMR application, that's where the recognized text is going to go. Subjective colon. The patient is feeling better and has been fairly stable, period. Sepsis appears to be improving clinically, period. Patient appears to have minor acid reflux, period. New line. Vital signs, colon. Temperature is 98, pulse 80, respirations 20, blood pressure is 92/60, and pulse oximetry is 99%, period. New line. Lab data, colon. White blood count down to 14.5, hemoglobin 15, hematocrit 37, platelets 109, period. Sodium 140, potassium 2.9, chloride 100, CO2 23, BUN 29, creatinine 1.06. New line. Medications, colon. Prilosec 25 milligrams BID. New line. Impression, colon. Kidney stone with urosepsis, period. Tolerating the trial stent just fine and has improved clinically, period. The patient will need continued IV antibiotics pending the results of urine culture, period. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to go and emulate what we see a lot today in the current EMR environment is physicians copying and pasting from either an entire note from a previous day or parts of that note and copying and pasting it into today's note in an attempt to try and be more efficient. But what happens a lot of times is what we refer to as temporal inconsistencies. And what do we mean by that? So I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste from my document I had on my other screen, and I'm going to paste in the sentence. She is tolerating the Foley catheter well, and her urine has cleared substantially since insertion yesterday. Now, I put that in red so you can see exactly what I populated there, but the goal is to flag and bring that to the physician's attention or the provider's attention, because it may have been accurate to say the word yesterday when they created that note last week, but is that word accurate today? We're bringing it to their attention. Now, they could have been pulling it from a note that they created this morning, and yesterday is accurate, but again, we're just recognizing that there is a potential temporal inconsistency and bringing it to their attention and letting them make the decision how they want to address that. So at this point, I've got a few different options on how to launch the Doc Assist CAPD solution. One, I can give it a spoken command. I can have a button programmed on my microphone that will automatically launch it, or we can have it automatically when they hit the EOL or complete button that'll automatically run Doc Assist. I'm going to use the spoken command. Doc Assist. So you can see that Doc Assist just by the spoken command has launched, and I'm going to drag this over here so you guys can see it better, and I'll move my Doc Assist or my Narrate out of the way. The first thing that popped up is what it refers to as a coding review. I can see there's a A41.9. It's basically saying, you said sepsis, can you add the underlying infection and source if known? And it's highlighting where in the document it found that. I'm going to come back and make that change here in a second. The next thing I'm going to show you is that I dictated urosepsis. It says the term is ambiguous and non-specific coding. Please define. If I go and do my flyover again, it says there is no code in ICD-10 for urosepsis, and it gives me some additional ideas on how I may potentially want to document that. Next one down is that temporal inconsistency. Again, it's highlighting the word yesterday. If I do the flyover, it's telling me the word yesterday. It was copied text and may not accurately reflect the current temporal conditions. Next one down is the twice a day. So documenting that the alternative twice a day that's coming from the AMA style guide. This can be turned off for a physician if they say, I've always dictated BID and that's the way I'm always going to do it. We can turn these on and off in the background for the individual users. And you can also see here on my lab values, it's flagging an abnormal lab value for me. So the urea nitrogen or the bun value was 29. If I actually do the flyover, I can see here that it's being flagged as high. It shows me the value that I dictated, but according to the Merck Medical Manual, the range of 8 to 29 on the maximum is the normal range, so that's why it's flagging the 29 and bringing it to their attention. Now, if I wanted to go back to the top and show you how to fix one of the things that's been brought to my attention, I highlighted the sepsis due to Pseudomonas. All right, so now I've made that change. Now, if I want to get it back into the note in the EMR where I was dictating or creating the note, I can simply hit copy to or a spoken command of copy to, and it goes back and it makes that correction in my note. I don't have to copy and paste or mess around with that or fix it in 2 different locations. My note is now up to date, and theoretically, this is going to reduce the number of queries that the CDI team is having to send to physicians on these very, I don't want to say not important, but not as significant as some of the other things CDI could be working on. So number one, it's freeing up CDI's time to work on more complex cases. It's also freeing up provider time because they're not having to respond to as many queries. They're able to address and identify some of these inconsistencies in their documentation right at the point of capture. So thank you for taking 5 minutes to learn about Fusion Narrate speech recognition and the Doc Assist CAPD solution. Have a great day.